book of Isaiah. How beautiful upon the mountains are the field of him who brings good tidings, who publishes peace, who brings good tidings of good, who publishes salvation, who says to Zion, your God reigns. Listen, the watchmen lift up their voice. Together they sing for joy. For eye to eye they see the return of the Lord to Zion. Break forth together into singing, you west places of Jerusalem. For the Lord has comforted his people. He has redeemed Jerusalem. The Lord has bared his holy arm before the eyes of all the nations. And all the ends of the earth shall see the salvation of our God. God.
In many and various ways, God spoke of old to our fathers by the prophets. But in these days, last days, he has spoken to us by a Son, whom he appointed the head of all things, through whom also he created the ages. He reflects the glory of God and bears the very stamp of his nation, upholding the universe by his word of power. When he had made purification for sins, he sat down at the right hand of the Majesty on high, having become as much superior to angels as the name he has obtained. It is more excellent than theirs. For to what angel did God ever say, you are my son, today I have begotten you? Or again, I will be to him a father, and he shall be to me a son. And again, when he brings the firstborn into the world, he says, let all God's angels worship him. The word of the Lord. For today, a great light has come.
Good news. Who heralds peace, brings happiness, proclaims salvation, and tells Zion, your God is here. Lee, Wupodi, Ozuh Omuma, Udo, Aṅụrị, na-abịa sịrị mama. This biblical expression from the prophet Isaiah turns around our Igbo understanding of Ozuh Omuma, or Onye Ukwu ya mara mma, which is, our understanding is, Ihe bịakwutere. The expression from the Bible today changes it to Ozuh Omuma, Ihe Onye jiri bịa. In the Imo setting, we say to the fellow who meets us at an exact time of dining or eating, child, ukwu ga ama na mma. But the readings and wisdom of the eternal word of God today turns the devil around and accords the description of beauty to the common. Listen again. We were told that the word of God was the true light that comes along with an enlightenment for all men. In another place we hear, to those he came to who accepted him, he gave power to be called sons of God. Dearest people of God, the biblical citations herein project a group of persons who in one way or the other fit perfectly into the biblical qualification of ndi nwere okwu ọma or ndi okwu ha mara mma, ranging from the watchmen who raised their voices and shouted for joy. They came with joy. The psalmists who testified that God's holy arm brought salvation. They came with good news. John the Baptist came witnessing to the coming of Christ, and Christ, who brought light on his coming into the darkness of the world. Ihe ijiri bịa is the message. Would you imagine what difference this Christmas and New Year would make if each and every one of us should think of what to give and bring along to our neighbors, rather than thinking more of what we are to receive alone? The Word of God is a game changer. Would you imagine what difference it would make if the poor man beside you, who has innocently been on the receiving end, now turns around, stands on his feet, cracks a couple of bush panels, and kindly takes them to his neighbor this Christmas? What if you rise up and go to your neighbor's house, and expecting you to make a request, you rather say, Asum kam kelegi maka obiomani ne ebe mo ne zinolomno, even if nothing as such happens. That will actually be a game changer. We are at loggerheads with ourselves. Can you pick up yourself in all Christian humility, walk up and surprisingly offer a hand of reconciliation and forgiveness as extend a Christmas gift to your brothers and sisters who on noble ground are expecting a fight from you, or are contemplating on how to meet you and beg for reconciliation, even though they may not be at fault. But because you are a big man or a big woman, you would rather be expecting that. However, if you do this, you will be turning the table around, and that would be the greatest touch you could ever make in the lives of the people around you. My dear people of God, when we do these and more, then we all shall gladly sing this song of joy. Here shall be showers of blessing. This is the promise of Lord. Here shall
accommode.
To our child in the scriptures to show love to us, show love to our nation, show love to our state, and show love to humanity. According to the current economic challenges is occasioned by the current reform programs of Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which I have looked at, and I am confident in a couple of months, the initial challenges and hardship that has followed as a result of this reform will be over, and our economy will be progressing. So I urge and beg the Nigerians to persevere and bear with us for a couple of months. And now I can see Port Harcourt refinery has come on stream, and as a because I've looked at his programs, coming from the private sector, and very confident he's not going to exist. And if you don't get Nigeria back on money, it will be difficult to get Nigeria. I'm very confident that we are on the right track. I urge all Nigerians to support him to deliver on his programs.
You're talking about talking to Imo about
apart from the minor aspect of the criminalities petition by the jailbreak in Owerri, that the insecurity was politically controlled. Now that the elections have come out, I think it is becoming clear to all concerned that the hand of God is on Imo State and God wants Imo State to do better than it was. It is not my expectation that there was insecurity in Imo State. Knowing where we are coming from, and seeing that the hand of God is I don't think that stimulated economic activity. There will be good life, there will be prosperity. And I have an agenda, an economic agenda. I have to serve the people. And how do I serve them? It's by serving the people. So I have a economic program that will rejuvenate our economy, discover a new life for the people, cure the unemployment, bring out the social order that will guarantee good public health care, good education system, and then good economic activities and businesses will grow. Have an hygienic environment that will make people strive and be confident that they have this state.
Thank you very much.